This is the most absurd thing I've ever done. Like, what is this mess? Does this make any sense to you guys? It barely makes sense to me. In this video, I somehow managed to turn this thing into a dragon. Okay, yeah, I wouldn't believe it either. But in the last episode of Hardcore Minecraft, I built the end in the overworld, but I felt it was missing just one thing, and that is a dragon living within it. This video took a long time for me to make, so if you do enjoy this video, please consider subscribing for absolutely free and join the Wawa army. And as always, enjoy the video. G'day guys, my name is WadZee and welcome back to another episode of Hardcore Minecraft. Anyway, in today's video, I'm actually going to be doing some more pointless building and it's going to be related to this biome. But before we get into that, it's time to add another 200 melons to the melon farm. And finally, after so much effort, I've added another 200 melons to the melon farm for today. This is starting to take a long time each video because as you can see, there's a lot of land and dirt that we need to dig through every time we want to add a couple rows to this thing. And of course, if you want to see how big this farm ends up getting, make sure to subscribe to keep following along with the series. All right, the build I'm going to attempt to make today is going to be by far the most ambitious thing I've ever done. This could turn out either really good or it's going to be a complete failure. I want to build a dragon, a giant dragon floating in the sky above our end build right here in this space. I want it to be a black dragon, kind of resembling like the Ender Dragon, but like obviously not as awkward and boxy looking. I want it to be big and epic. Oh god, I'm overwhelmed with how hard this is going to be. Of course, like the start of every building episode, there's a lot of blocks we need to collect. And a lot of those blocks can actually be found in our piglin trading farm here. Like black stone, this would be a good block for, you know, a black dragon. Some crying obsidian I feel like I can use because I want to use some purple colors. Some quartz could have some use in like teeth or spikes or something. Maybe even some obsidian, which we have none left. Oh, and also gravel because I want to use some black concrete as well. So as a fun exercise, I'm actually going to do a bit of AFKing to start off with to try and like fill up some of these items a bit more. A lot of you guys always probably wonder why I don't use this farm as much as I do, and that's because like to actually use it and like kind of like continue stocking it up, it requires a lot of AFKing. For one, I need to start by AFKing here at my gold farm. So now I need to go ahead and craft all these gold nuggets into ingots. This bit does get a little bit painful. And now we've turned all of our gold we got in the last hour into the ingots. And that means it's time to chuck the gold back into this machine here. And now we AFK for as long as it takes for all the gold to be gone. All right, and almost 2 hours later, we managed to get like 100 obsidian and probably a whole bunch of other stuff, but it's really hard to know. So that's why I don't really use this farm as much as I should. Although I do have a lot of stuff backed up here. It takes a lot of just AFKing and waiting around for blocks to accumulate. So that explains how I was going to collect half of the blocks I needed, but there was still some more blocks I was after, and it was time to do some work. All right, so the first block we're going to be collecting today is some stone. So we're going to need to do a lot of digging. We don't have any automatic farm to get this stuff, but I was actually thinking I should have a nether star still, right? Yeah, I was thinking I would make a brand new beacon to do this. All right, so we've built this beacon underground now, and I have to dig this out to the sky, don't I? I forgot about that. Oh boy. Well, in the matter of just a few minutes, I've managed to completely fill a shulker box full. This beacon was definitely worth setting up. Well, it's been a while since I've been here. Now, obviously, I'm back here in the desert to tear it apart some more and collect some more sand, because sand makes up half of the ingredients you need for concrete, the other half obviously being gravel, which we get from our piglin trading farm. So I'm just going to tear up as much as I can for now until my shovel's almost going to break, and yeah, that'll be it. And now that I've dug up 3 shulker boxes full of sand, I think I can say I'm done for today. But on the way home, I think what I actually need to do is hunt a few squids. Because obviously today I'm going to be building a black dragon, so I want to make black concrete. I'm going to need black dye. Whoa. Whoa, dolphin, thanks, but you're kind of ruining this for me right now. All right, so on the way home, I managed to get 4 stacks of ink sacks, which will obviously be 4 stacks of black dye. Now it's time for us to grab some of our sand, some of our gravel, and we need to craft some black concrete. And now we have like a bajillion stacks of black concrete powder. Fun bit, as always, is I need to turn it all into black concrete blocks. Okay, well, yeah, this is going to take a lot of effort. And finally, I had collected all the ingredients I needed to get started and build a damn dragon. All right, it's time to try and figure out how we're going to be building this dragon. First, we're going to start off by building a skeleton of a dragon, just like an outline, a guide out of dirt. And I actually want to have it interacting with this landscape here by having it have a claw right on top of this pillar. So one arm will be on this like so. Oh, this is so hard to do. I guess, where's the head gonna be? When this is where things get hard, because it's so hard to build downwards. Damn, it looks good. Dragon's looking good. This is the most absurd thing I've ever done. Like, what is this mess? Does this make any sense to you guys? It barely makes sense to me. All right, so here's the dragon breakdown so far. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let me try and explain. So we've got the arm number 1, which will come and connect to the body around here. And then this is meant to be a neck, which I think I'm going to make longer. Yeah, let's just leave it with me. Okay, this is... You know what? To me, this actually kind of makes sense now. I don't know if it makes sense to you guys at all, but I think I'm going to start actually trying to put some blocks into this thing, and that'll help out a lot, I think, because it's hard to make shape of this, but I feel like I just got to get started somewhere and we can go from there. Okay, so wise words. Before we can build a dragon, we need to build a floating snake. What? With no arms, no wings, no legs. So that's what this stone is starting to do. We're just building the belly of our snake, of our flying snake. And now I'm starting to try and like widen it out a bit where it should be wider and kind of curve it up a bit. At the moment, I'm just going to place a ton of blocks. All right, and then there has to be a point in the body where it kind of blends from the lighter underbelly to the darker outer scales. And that's where I've got this gray wool. All right, now it's time to start building up the body a bit more. Start blending into some black with some black stone. Snake update. Snake looking good. All right, so the next step here is I'm kind of starting to close it off from the end here, because I got to kind of figure out how thick I want the body to be. So I figured I would start by closing it off from the back, and progressively, obviously, we need to make it like thicker and thicker as we go. All right, now this is a thick dragon. Okay, now we're talking. Look, I don't know if this shape is going to be perfect first time around, but I can always add some more blocks to it to, you know, fix up the shape. For now, I just like that we're making progress. I think we're getting somewhere. Maybe. Let's try and get a front view on this. Ooh, actually, yeah. Yeah, this is taking shape. Look at that front view. All right, I definitely think this is starting to take shape. I'm not too upset with it. It's come to a matter of just like block vomit. Just place blocks all over the place. Whee! Look, building a dragon is much like terraforming a hill in Minecraft. You just gotta find the right slope that you want. And that's all I'm really doing here is I'm just trying to find the right angles.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I want to fix the tail for one. I want to make the tail longer because it gets thin way too quick. I probably want to thicken up the body a bit. Probably this angle here probably has to come pretty much straight up from here. So let's start with fixing up this tail. So it's time to do a little bit of reimagining with this dragon here. Originally, the head was going to be just here, but I've realized I haven't given this thing enough of a neck. Well, I'm going to change this to what I've built up here all into the neck. So I'm going to build that over next. And then starting here, that's going to be the head. I also want to map out the new spot. Now that we've got a body built, I can properly map out where I want the arms to come out. I think I still want this arm to be like kind of perched. Maybe it would have been cooler if it was like a leg. I don't know if an arm makes sense. Look, at the moment, it looks dumb because it has no limbs. The thing that's really going to make or break this build is the wings. If this has cool wings, it'll pass as a good dragon. At the moment, it's just the stupid slug. It's a slug in the middle of the air. So I got to work and quickly gave my dragon a neck. And finally, after a long time of building and brainstorming, my dragon's torso was complete. But unfortunately, I had run out of black concrete. So now seems like a great time to remind you that I'm doing all of these builds in survival, collecting and placing every single block myself, which takes a lot of effort. So if you are enjoying this video so far and you aren't subscribed, please just consider subscribing. Okay, it's time to give our floating snake a limb. We're going to start with arm number 1 here. Once again, we're going to make a dirt kind of skeleton. All right, so that's the idea. We're going to have the arm coming down, maybe a bit backwards. This is so challenging. This is ridiculous. These cobblestone walls here are meant to be like claws. I think that's quite cool, I think. Maybe that looks good. Yeah, actually, I don't think that's too horrible. I mean, you get the idea. It's so hard. And now we'll go and work on the other arm. All right, now this arm's a little more tricky because it doesn't have any destination. It's not grabbing anything. It's just going to be like hanging here. We'll kind of just have it like bent back against the body. That's our arms. Actually, I'm quite happy with that. This is the front on angle, and I think that's honestly where they look the best from. Well, I'm gonna clean up all the scaffolding now. And then next, I think we'll move on to the legs. All right, so legs are gonna be very much the same, but just a little different in the fact that they're gonna be a lot bigger. Well, I guess our legs have got to go probably a bit further down from our previous marks, probably around there. Yeah, we'll say here. But we're going to have to like bulk up this area a lot with a lot of blocks, as in to make like kind of hips. Oh, I hate this. So at the moment, it kind of just looks like I've built a floating Godzilla with no head, but I think this is a great start. So we've done a very good base, but now we're going to move on to things that are very important. If we give this thing a dumb looking head, it's going to look stupid. If we give this thing pathetic wings, it's going to look stupid. All right, I think it's time we got brave. Next step, we're going to do the head. All right, so I'm going to start with the dragon's jaw. So the bottom of the head, it's going to start from here, going to come out a bit, and kind of like a heart shape, it's going to start going out, and then it's going to go in towards a point. All right, now this could work. Okay, so we've got this, right? And then we got to figure out kind of the rest of the head. Oh, this is so tough. Okay, that bottom jaw is good. I think we just got to make it bigger. That is starting to take shape. I'm not mad with that at all. All right, so now to help define kind of like the head from the neck, what I'm going to do is kind of creating a spike that sticks up and out. Oh yeah, look at that. Now we're getting places. What also could use some work is underneath the jaw, kind of blending that in, as well as inside the mouth, having some teeth and such. And we need to figure out where the eyes are gonna be. But next I'm thinking just like two like large horns. This could definitely use some work. They just go straight up. It doesn't really make sense. I want to tear them both down and make them both kind of go backwards. All right, so here is where my dragon's head is at right now. I mean, we could probably work on the shape a little more, but what I'm actually gonna do now is I'm gonna go get a few more blocks because I wanna do the inside of the mouth. All right, number one, we're gonna need some quartz because they make the best teeth. The other thing we need is some terracotta, but I would love to make this terracotta pink. So this will be like the inside of our dragon's mouth. I feel like that's a good color for it. Let's go give it a shot. Okay, yeah, this dragon definitely looks good. Yeah, that works. It looks a little goofy, to be honest. All right, I feel like I need to fix up the very end of the bottom jaw, but otherwise it's fine. Yeah, that is perfect. So far, so good. I'm very happy with what I've come up with for the head. You can see I've marked a little spot here for the eyes, and that's what we're gonna do next, but we're gonna need to go collect some different blocks. I wanna have the eyes a nice bright purple. All right, let's craft a couple of magenta, couple purple, and then we could also make use of this magenta stained glass. Oh, that kind of works. Kind of works. It's close. All right, so that's a little bit better. As far as the head goes, I think that's going to do it. All right, and next up is going to be the wings, which is really going to complete this build. I'm really happy with how the head turned out. That is a great dragon's head, in my opinion, but unfortunately, I once again needed to collect more blocks. Got a bunch of black concrete as well as a bunch of purple concrete. And now it is wing time. And of course, we have to start with some dirt. That's just a rough stencil of kind of like the size, I guess. I do like it, but I could probably change the angles up a bit. But I think the size is good. I think that's probably good wing proportions for the size of this dragon. Honestly, let's just run with that. Nice little chicken wing there. Now we just got to do that exact same thing on the other side. That is the beginning of our two wings. This left wing looks a little bit wonky, but I might even just go along and thicken up what I've got so far. And then from there, I need to add a few more little lines coming out from this area here, and also one coming off this elbow as well. Ooh, that looks gross. I think I've fixed up the wings a little bit. That is looking better. All right, now I'm going to build off this other elbow down here. This is going to be, whoop, this is going to be a little bit annoying, actually. I'm going to have to come down a lot lower. Yeah. It's a dragon. All right, it's time to start filling in these wings. And you might be able to guess because I collected so much purple concrete earlier that the wings are going to be purple. But I thought to break it up a little bit, I want to line the inside from where it turns black to purple with some crying obsidian. Okay, now I've used all of that crying obsidian. It gives it a nice glow, which I like. But now it's time to make it actually look good. Let's go get our purple concrete and let's finish off these wings. So let's first start this off by connecting a line of purple between each of our wing sections. All right, and there we go. Now we've got our outline. Now it's just like a coloring book. We just need to go ahead and just color in between the lines. That one wing complete? Oh, damn, that is sick. Damn, I like that. I like that a lot. Wait, no, I've run out of blocks. I was so close. And finally, after so much effort, my dragon had everything it needed to actually be called a dragon. So I got the blocks to finish off the wing, and then I just wanted to add a few more things for today. All right, so I've grabbed my stone cutter here. Let's cut a few stone stairs. And let's add a few more stone spiky details to this thing, just to make it just that tiny bit better. Yeah, look at that. A little bit flat at the top. Yeah, that's a good wing spike. That is sick. All right, let's add one over here now. All right, and now I just want to add a few spikes down the back of this dragon. Spikes like that going down the entire back, but maybe not all that big. Maybe they'll get smaller and smaller the further we go down. All right, perfect. Now we've got all these spikes down the spine of our dragon, getting smaller and smaller the further down it gets. The other thing we can do is go around and just scatter a lot more blackstone into the back of this thing to break it up, and it does give it a lot more of a scaly feel, this block. Okay, for the moment, I think I've made this dragon look as good as I can possibly make it, and that means it's time to do the cleanup. There's a ton of dirt and scaffolding all over the place, which has no use on our dragon. So it's time we got rid of it all, and then I think we're done. I think we're actually done, which is ridiculous. And that means this is what our dragon looks like complete. This is it. Thank you for joining me on this journey of my most ambitious build yet. If you enjoyed this video or if you liked the build, make sure to leave a like on this video and also subscribe to see what I build next. Cheers. Oh hey, if you haven't already, go follow me on my Instagram and Twitter for additional WadZee content. And speaking of additional content, I've also been posting quite often on my second channel as well, so go check it out. All links are in the description.